National Chief Imam, Vice President, Greater Accra Regional Minister and Member of Parliament for Ayawaso Central, Ministers, Deputy Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, government officials, members of the National Council of Muslim Chiefs, Ulama, Jama'ah, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I salute you with the greetings of Islam. Salam alaikum. All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, Master of the Day of Judgment. We continue to glorify Him for His mercies on our individual lives and on our country, Ghana. Many of our compatriots have made it to the annual pilgrimage in Mecca, and we pray that the Almighty Allah brings them back home safely. National Chief Imam, our country continues to be grateful for your leadership of the Ummah. Your commitment to the unity and cohesion of our country continues to ensure that we live in unity, peace, and harmony in Ghana. Many nations continue to be bogged down by religious strife because their respective leaderships teach versions of religion that emphasize the superiority of one religion over another. In your case, you continue to emphasize our common humanity and also our oneness in being the descendants of Abraham, the Prophet Ibrahim, whose sacrifice we are commemorating today. I pray that the Ummah continues to accede to your wise counsel so that we can have the peace that allows us to pursue the development and well-being of our citizens. Ulama, fellow Ghanaians, permit me to appropriate some of the lessons of Hajj to back my call for a concerted action on our part as Ghanaians, if we are to make progress in the long run. It is not for nothing that all pilgrims wear white apparel of the same style and make during the Hajj rituals. When we look at the sea of pilgrims, we are unable to distinguish the rich from the poor, the high from the low, and the powerful from the weak. Everybody assumes equality before the Lord. In the same way, we are determined to ensure that the laws of our country do not discriminate against people under any circumstances. And that's one to assure you my continuing commitment to the well-being and progress of every Ghanaian, no matter their religious belief, ethnic identity, or political persuasion. I'm guided by the Quranic stipulation in Quran chapter 5 verse 82, which says, and I quote, "And you will find the nearest in love to the believers those who say, we are Christians. That is because amongst them are priests and monks, and they are not proud," unquote. In my political journey, I've had the privilege of working with Muslims, many of whom have gone through toil and self-deprivation to ensure the realization of my goal to serve this nation as its president. I therefore feel a sense of personal indebtedness to the community that birthed these great sons and daughters of our land. Be assured that no matter the temporary economic difficulties we face, the commitments that we have made towards the development of Muslim communities shall not be compromised. National Chief Imam, Ulama, another lesson we ought to draw from Hajj is the near sacrifice of Prophet Ibrahim of his son Ishmael. My fellow Ghanaians, we are all going to have to make some sacrifices to afford us the space to navigate the troubled waters of the current economic difficulties. In the face of government, discretionary expenditures of ministries, departments, and agencies have been cut by 30%. The salaries of all political appointees, including myself, have been reduced by 30%. Fuel coupon allocations have been slashed by 50%, and other expenditures suspended. I am very much aware that some teacher unions declared a strike in pursuit of a 20% cost of living allowance demand. I'm happy that yesterday the teachers were joined by other members of organized labor under the umbrella of the Trades Union Congress to sit down with government, led by the Ministers for Employment and Labor Relations and Education, to begin negotiations on this matter. I want to add my voice to the appeal by the outstanding Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, the Honorable Ignatius B. Bafoué, Member of Parliament for Sunyani West, for the teachers to return to the classrooms pending the outcome of these negotiations, so that the education of our children, some of whom are preparing to sit their final exams, is not affected. We are in a difficult place. The world is in a difficult place. Leaders around the world, like we're doing here in Ghana, are working assiduously to resolve the fundamental challenges that have plunged the world into the current economic condition in which it finds itself. But just as the efforts of Hagar resulted in the discovery of the Zamzam well, from which we drink to this day, I am confident that shortly we shall discover our own Zamzam. Ulama, fellow Ghanaians, my understanding is that the first 10 days of the month of Zul-Hijjah are among some of the most blessed days of the year. Today, being the 10th day of Zul-Hijjah, the day of sacrifice, is considered a very significant day in the Muslim world. Islam means peace and submission to the will of Allah. Let us on this day make peace with ourselves and our fellow human beings, so that we can be in conformity with the Quranic admonition, which states that, and I quote, "And hold fast all of you together to the rope of Allah, and be not divided amongst yourselves, and remember Allah's favor on you, for you were enemies one to another. He joined your hearts together." The Quran, chapter 3, verse 103. Let us hold fast to the rope that Allah has united us with, the rope of Ghana. Only in doing so shall we achieve our aim of making Ghana great and strong. I thank you for your attention, and have a great celebration. Barka da Salah. Salam alaikum.
We want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana,